Fight breakdown, fight breakdown, fight.
Here we go, UFC history.
What a fantastic stylistic matchup. Adesanya is unbelievably fast, and he is a spectacular striker. But Robert Whittaker is an animal. He has vicious knockout power. The matchup is off the charts, the two of those guys together.
Two of the best middleweights in the world.
Champion versus champion. This is the fight that settles it all. Robert Whittaker is something special. He's one of the most explosive guys in the entire sport, and he's got serious power. Israel Adesanya, he is as sophisticated a striker as we've ever seen inside the octagon. His striking IQ is off the charts. He aims and fires.
The biggest fight in Australian/New Zealand mixed martial arts history.
This fight is for legacy. This fight is for history.
Wow, we cannot wait, guys. There it is, UFC 243, the UFC Middleweight Championship on the line. Talking about on the line, here we go. I'm going to get my main man, the professor, on the line for the fight breakdown. Whittaker, Adesanya. All right, guys, I told you the professor has jumped on. It's the fight breakdown. John, this might be my favorite episode. I don't know about yours. I love our fight breakdowns.
Oh, dude, it's the best episodes, bro. I love it. I love talking this with you. It's the most entertaining part about it all, I think, sometimes.
I agree. It's like we can go all in. We're given 20 minutes, everything we got. UFC 243, the middleweight strap. We got Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya. I love we go, what happens if they win? What if they lose? What does it mean? We go inside depth details, round 1, round 2, round 3. It's great. I love it. So you are the professor. I'll let you start. You kind of take this ship and, be the captain.
Well, sir, this is a heck of a matchup. You know what I mean? Like, you have on one side, the phenom, the, kind of another, prodigy of a striker, Conor-esque in the sense of this guy is the next huge thing, as far as a striker goes, you know what I mean? Conor was the striker. He wasn't really a grappler or jiu-jitsu dude. It was definitely putting people to sleep with his hands,
For sure.
So Israel is one of these guys that you love to watch. Who didn't love that fight against Kevin Gastelum, right? I mean, that was, oh my God, epic. Amazing.
It's almost, to some of the fight fans, it got overshadowed because the main event was it was bananas as well. But for us, like hardcore, in-depth fans, that was, Kelvin versus Israel could be the fight of the year.
Oh, easily could be. Like, if it won, no one should ever bat an eye at that it wasn't the fight of the year. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
And then you have this guy. You have this lightning in a bottle type of guy. He boom, boom, boom. It's just beautiful. He makes it look
undefeated.
Pretty. Looks like it's a video game, right?
Undefeated. Never has tasted defeat.
Exactly. So we got this guy undefeated, up and coming, superstar. He's the next. Got people compared him to John Jones and stuff like that. Anderson Silva, he fought him. And then we have just to me, one of the most tested people in MMA. He has fought so many good people that I don't think people really realize. And he moved up a weight category thinking, from 170 to middleweight, started putting people to sleep, and has literally took one of the scariest human beings and won twice and took him 5 rounds. And that's Yoel Romero. He's one of the scariest human beings on the planet, if anybody's wondering.
50 minutes. You nailed it. 50 minutes inside the octagon with Yoel Romero.
And he came out victorious twice.
It's insane.
I don't care how you throw it, but the man came out victorious twice. And it's crazy. This guy is just phenomenal. He has a gas tank, he has a will, and he has power in his hands to put you out. And he has a great fight IQ. And then one of the things about him is his striking is not fundamental. It's not what you would call very technical. It's Robert Whittaker's style.
Yeah.
It's technical for him. It's technical to an aspect, but it's his style. It's not necessarily, you're not getting a Donald Cerrone straight up and down Muay Thai guy. You're not getting, kind of a Frank Edgar boxer or a Michael Bisping boxer in the middleweight category. You're not getting kind of an overhand right thrower brawler, kind of like Kevin Gastelum. You know what I mean? You're getting a Robert Whittaker, and there's only one Robert Whittaker.
No, for sure. Okay, so you're killing it. You're killing it. Two things, like, it's just so glaring before we get into, like, in detail fight, right? You said, like, lightning bolt, phenom, all these kind of cool buzzwords for Israel. What do you think the age difference is between the phenom, the young lion in Israel, to Robert Whittaker?
It's like 2 years, 3 years. I'm not thinking this is far apart at all.
They
might be the same.
And who do you think's younger, if you had to guess?
Because the way you're proposing these questions, obviously I'm going to say Robert Whittaker's younger.
Yes. We've been partners for too long.
Yes. So Robert Whittaker's younger, but the way we look at this is who's been in the game longer. And that's what I mean by lightning in the bottle. I should clarify that to people. When I say young lion, when you have only been in one combat sport for so long, and then you move over to the one that's bigger than pretty much the largest combat sport in the world, and you're the champion of the largest organization for the combat, for combat sports in the world.
No, for sure.
It makes you seem like you're lightning in a bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because of the rise.
Oh no, absolutely, and it blew me away. I just always thought, just how he kind of acts and talks. He's got a lot of swagger, and he kind of really did explode on the scene. I'm like, Israel's definitely younger. Like, I have Whittaker. He just has a more mature aura about him. Very humble. Been in the game a while. Remember the Ultimate Fighter and all this, and he's went up through the ranks. I'm like, just off the top of my head, I'm me and you, we wake up, we talk MMA, we go to work, we go to school, you train MMA, I take the kids, and then we talk more MMA. It's like, it's all we do. But if I had to guess, if I had to put my kids' college education on the line 24 hours ago, I would have 100% predicted that Israel was the younger fighter. And I would have been dead wrong. Whittaker's
I would have said the same thing. I agree with you.
Yeah, Whittaker's 28, Israel's 30, both in their prime, which I love. And it's just so that was the first thing. Then the second thing, and I don't know if this has ever happened, and someone will definitely correct me or us if we're wrong, and that's fine. And hey, correct me. I'm fine. Follow me at David Van Auken on every social media plug. Come at me. I ain't afraid. Israel's 17-0, so that means he has no losses. He's never lost in the middleweight division. Yep. Robert Whittaker is 20-4. But all 4 of his losses have came at welterweight, which you kind of threw out earlier in this, fight breakdown. So both men have never tasted defeat in the middleweight division, in the division that they both have a championship crown that they're going to fight for. This is just bananas, John. This is crazy.
You might be onto something there. That might be the first time ever technically 2 undefeated middleweights.
Correct.
Not career-wise, but middleweights.
Yep.
Have faced off for a title, and especially a unification title. I guarantee it's the first for a unification title, but just for a title fight. I wonder if that's... Hey, fans, if you're watching, anybody out there, tell us. Let us know. I'm going to leave that one up to them. Let's leave that one up to them. Let somebody tell us if this is the first one ever.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's... So, okay. This fight's in Melbourne, Australia.
Who has the home field advantage there?
That was my next thing. It's just, can Israel play the spoiler? Some people, Derek Jeter, Tom Brady, they revel in it. They love this moment. Does Israel have that? Does he have that in him? Or is it just, Whittaker's going in and he's going to have the home crowd? And I love you. We talk about all the time about what he's done to Yoel Romero, what he's done to Jacare Souza, Uriah Hall. He has became a killer at middleweight, just a straight up killer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I'm so excited for this fight. And usually every fight breakdown we've ever done, I think I got a great record. But either way, I'm pretty strong on one way or the other. This fight, I'm gonna be.
For this one,
Yeah, I'm 50-50. I don't know.
yeah, my whole thing is Kevin Gastelum can crack.
Mm.
He can definitely crack. We're not going to say that he can't. But if I had to put money on who hits harder, I'm putting money on Robert Whittaker hitting harder than Kevin Gastelum. I could be wrong. But I just don't think so. I think that's the difference here. Is Israel took a lot of big shots from Kevin, who can crack, but can you take one from Robert Whittaker? I mean, can you? I mean, Yoel Romero went silly for a little bit. Robert Whittaker went silly in those fights for a little bit against him too. But it's like, Israel, like, can you take that? I've seen you I've seen him in Muay Thai and kickboxing get knocked out cold. So it's not that it's never happened before. You know what I mean? So it's like, but Robert Whittaker's also been knocked out too. I'm not gonna say that not. So a head kick could come outside his dome and his night. But I think if he can stay away from Robert Whittaker's power, he definitely has an advantage. But Robert Whittaker is very awkward when he strikes. He has his own rhythm. Like I told you, there's only one Robert Whittaker the way he strikes, and he's very effective with it. And he's very elusive when it comes to getting hit a lot of times. So it's interesting as hell. That's what it is.
It is. You ready for another interesting fact? A little factoid that I'm bringing to you, my man?
Always.
The last time that Robert Whittaker was inside an octagon fighting, and not fighting Yoel Romero, the number one song in the world was Ed Sheeran, Shape of You.
I don't even remember that song.
My point is, it was April of 2017.
So I don't think that's a problem in the sense of Yoel Romero's one bad mofo.
I agree. But my man, when people are inside the octagon, they're getting better. When these studs are inside the octagon day in and day out, when they fight 2, 3, 4 times a year, I think I love inside time. I love cage time. You look at the top 5, top 10 guys with the best cage time in the world, these Frankies, the Cowboys, the Jorge Masvidals, the Diaz's. There's a reason why they are in it so much, because they get better when they fight inside that octagon. So since Whittaker fights once a year, it looks like this little injury bug, the 2 times with Yoel Romero, my man Israel has fought Kevin Gass. He's fought the Spider, the GOAT, the best middleweight in the history of the world, Anderson Silva, Derek Brunson, Brad Tavares. Like, he's had 6 fights since Robert Whittaker has fought someone inside that octagon, except for Yoel Romero. Like, that's something.
That is something, and you're not wrong about that. But at the same time, he's 28. You just said it. He was in his prime, right? He is in his prime.
Yeah.
Healing from injuries can do a lot of things. It can either give you a renewed vigor. You know, it can make you even more confident in your skills. Now you're like, finally, I'm freaking healthy. Finally. You know what I mean? It can give you an energized feel, and that, with that ring rust and everything like that, can start to disappear a little bit because you feel so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your timing's running. Your bones feel right. Everything's just functioning the way you've always wanted it to. So it could do that, or it could play the devil's advocate, like you're saying, and it could really, really take a toll on the man for not fighting anybody since the last 2 fights of Yoel Romero, 2 fights to 6 fights. You know what I mean? And one being the fight of the year war that he went through, which is obviously going to make him better. That could definitely play a role, 100%. But I'm going to not play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say that this time off, because I always want to see the 2 best, I want to see them at their best. I don't want anybody injured. I want to, you always want to see them at 100%.
Yeah.
You're never going to get them at 100%, but if they can both be in the 90s, that's what we're hoping for. You know what I mean? Because you're always going to come in a little bit banged up. It's just, that's the sport.
Absolutely. And before we kind of maybe make a fight prediction or maybe a fight style, I love when you and I go this way. Win or lose, what's next for these guys? Let me go out on the limb on saying something. If Israel Adesanya wins this fight, I think he has the potential, the chance to be the biggest star in the UFC. 18-0, he can be the champ. He can have 2 wars, maybe against 2 just sluggers in Kelvin and Robert Whittaker. Israel has this beef with John Jones. What happened if he moves up and goes, hey, I am the crown greatest middleweight of all time. This is something that Anderson Silva has never done. Silva and Jones was talked about forever. And when Israel goes, John Jones, I'm calling you out. Israel has the shot to become a champ. His body's growing. He has a lot of swag, a lot of talk about him. I think Israel has the shot, October 5th, to become one of the household names for the UFC.
I agree with you, but let's slow our roll on calling out John Jones. Let's slow our roll on that. Like, that's John Jones.
The GOAT.
Let's all think about it one more time. That's John Jones. He's never lost. Ever.
Right.
Like Matt Hamill. He's never lost. Ever. So let's slow our roll on John Jones.
No, that's facts.
I know Israel has never lost in the MMA, but John Jones, it's just 2 different things right now. Who he fought, everything that's going on. But you are 1,000% right that he could be the Hughes of Shar. He has swag. He has everything that you want. He talks. He dances. He is into this the youth culture that's here. He has a following, in a huge following in New Zealand and Australia and all over the world. His style is just one that you love to watch. It's Anderson Silva-esque mixed with new age, stuff that you see going on. And it's phenomenal. You're 1,000% right with that. But he still has a murderer row of killers in front of him at middleweight.
Oh, he absolutely does, and you're absolutely right. And how about a new one added to the middleweight class? Darren Till moving up. He's fighting Kelvin Gass next, and the New York NYC MSG. There might be a fight on that card that you and I might want to do a breakdown for. I don't know. We'll talk about that at a later time.
Yeah. I don't think it's it as more develops on it. It might be something to talk about.
And then there's Jacare Souza that looks like finally the middleweight moved up to light heavyweight. He's fighting Jan Bakovic in a couple months. But to me, the elephant in the room is Costa, right? He is next.
Absolutely.
Okay. You were with that?
Oh, that's exactly that's the next fight. If whoever wins has to fight him.
Yeah, and I don't care if it's a 5-round war, kind of what Israel and Kelvin just did. Costa has to be next. It has to be Whittaker versus him or Israel versus Costa. That's the next fight. He's undefeated as well. That's what I'm talking about. If Israel wins, becomes 18-0 undefeated, he can fight Costa 13-0 undefeated. This middleweight division for the next late 2019, early 2020s is bananas.
It's definitely it's going to be on fire. There's some big, huge tournament fights that are coming up. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'd love to see Darren Till, and Israel Adesanya go at it.
Oh my gosh!
I don't have to worry about anybody going to the ground there. So I'm not really in that world. I'll definitely take, Darren Till as a shot against anybody on the feet. So, and he probably will feel a lot more energized not having to cut nearly as much weight.
Oh, you were talking about fighting? I just thought maybe Israel versus Till just talking for 25 days would be amazing.
Oh, that'd be fantastic too. Oh my God, yeah. The Twitter war would be epic.
It would.
They can have a spa.
You still got Jack the Joker in the background there, so there's so much for the middleweights in the future. But all right, here we go. We're going in depth. Fight breakdown. Israel Whittaker, round 1, bell rings. What do you think happens?
I think somebody comes out with leg kicks. I'd like to say Israel comes out with a little chippy leg kicks, get things going, tries to find his range, tries to download, as much as possible. I think Whittaker does a little bit of the same to start with, but then near the middle of the round tries to put some pressure on Israel and get him on his back foot and just not let him go forward. You know what I mean? But Israel also may try to stand his ground and not go backwards. So I think it'll be a lot of reading. I don't think there'll be any quick knockouts in this fight. I think it won't happen till the second or third. I think these guys will definitely want to read some things going on, download a little bit. They know it's 5 rounds. They both have a gas tank for it. They both have, done it. So I think round 1 is going to be downloading. You're going to be a lot of reading, a lot of feinting. The guy who lands either the most leg kicks or the most jabs or, gets the one big pop, that you hear like, ooh, you know what I mean? Kind of will win that round.
100%. You said a great buzzword there, Professor. You said downloading. I love that. I agree. That will be the early in round 1 will be a lot of downloading scene, lane scene where everyone's at, little leg kicks. But then after that, I got 2 words for you. What's going to happen in this fight? Chaos.
Chaos, you think so?
Yeah, I'm my man. I'm looking forward to it. I just seeing their last battles, seeing what Whittaker did to Yoel, what he throws and what he takes. Seeing what Israel just did with Kelvin Gass, amazing. Seeing what he threw against Anderson Silva. I think Israel will be definitely more flashier. I think spinning elbows, crazy head kicks, all this stuff. And Robert Whittaker is going to be throwing a lot of 1s and 2s straight down the pike. I just see chaos. I just see destruction. I see mayhem. I see a war.
All right. I could see. You think starting in round 2 it's going to happen, or you just think it's going to start in round 1?
Starting round 1, probably with a minute or 2 left. I love first minute or 2 leg kicks, length, jabs. See where you're at. Maybe one tries to get a takedown, try to steal round 1, something like that. But then all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, yep, we're in a fight. I see you, you see me. There's a minute 20 left in the round. I'm throwing. And I think Whittaker throws heavy. Then Israel doesn't like to get hit. He's going to throw back heavy, and they start the chaos.
Okay. I don't think it happens quite like that if that's the route we're going to go. I can see what you mean, and I can see that. I don't think it'll be a quiet fight. But I do think round 1 will be a lot of downloading. And I don't think it's going to get as quick as you are. I think within the last minute, something's going to happen significantly. One of 2 things are going to happen. With like 30 seconds left, Israel's going to get clipped. Not to where he falls down, but get hurt. And Whittaker's going to put on the pressure, and he's not going to get him out of there. And it's going to be one of those things that wakes up Israel. And then the war starts happening like with Kevin, in the second round. He's going to make it out. Or Israel, in the middle of the minute, he clicks. And when you get a striker like he does, and it clicks, kind of like a Lomachenko or something like that, where something just, oh, gotcha. Now I realize, oh, your jab doesn't hurt, so now I can not worry about it. Or, oh, your timing. I found your timing. It's just, oh, there it is right there. Look at that. It's in front of me. People like strikers like this, Anderson Silva, John Jones, once it clicks, it's kind of inevitable, right?
Yes. Oh,
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of inevitable. So that happens, and with the last 30 seconds of the round, say it clicks with 45, he starts picking them apart. and he starts finding that what they call on I guess the internet every once in a while his God mode, as he likes the anime and Dragon Ball Z and all that.
Yeah.
So his God mode, kicks in where he goes Super Saiyan, and he starts making everybody miss and timing and popping and picking, kind of like what he did to Derek Brunson. Robert makes it out of the second round, or makes it out of the first round, and then, like I said, that war begins. Robert figures, instead of getting picked apart, I'm gonna fight fire with fire, and I'm gonna start throwing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
no.
I think it kind of follows that way. I really do think the first round is gonna be a little less eventful than people, a lot less eventful than people think up until that last 60 seconds. Something different will happen then.
Okay. Oh well. We, the Fight Bananas community, will definitely be watching. We can't wait. That is UFC 243. But, my man, you know that we can't leave this fight breakdown without a prediction. If you want to go first, you want me to go first, you pick.
All right. You asked me to lead off, so I'll keep leading off and pick. I'm going to say... I'm going to say you're right. I'm going to say you're right about the time off. I'm going to say you're right about the 6 fights leading into just a magnificent confidence, not over ego, not over belief, but not believing in his own hype, but just confidence in what he's done and how he prepares and what he's going. I think Israel's going to pull it out.
There you go.
I think he pulls it out in the third with a finish.
Ooh, in the third. Okay.
I think in the third. Yeah.
Professor, man, it's just been a rule since we've started with the fight breakdowns and making major predictions with you and I. You can't go against a guy that's undefeated. It's not smart until they lose, and then all bets are off, and then we'll take it from there. The man's 17-0. I think he's in his prime. I think he knows there's so much that can happen with a victory. I think, more deals, more sponsorships, bigger fights. They're only going to get bigger. Imagine the undefeated. If he's 18-0, 13-0, so over 30-0. That middleweight championship fight with Costa and Stylebender. I think Stylebender versus John Jones in the future. Maybe he goes down. Stylebender versus Usman. It's just the possibilities are endless, right? So I think he's the man. I think the last Stylebender gets it done. I hate to say this. I'm going to go out maybe on the limb in magnificent fashion. A knee. Whittaker tries to, come in. He's going to catch him at the knee at the right time. A spinning elbow, a flying, dragon slayer kick. It's going to be something. He's going to burn it down in Melbourne. Israel Adesanya becomes the unified UFC middleweight championship.
All right. Sounds good.
You like that?
I like it. I definitely see. I think it's a head kick that puts it away, but I can see a spinning elbow, I can see a knee, I can see anything magnificent. So I definitely can see that happening.
Man, a head kick population Robert Whittaker. Wow, the Professor, man, we love it. Another fight breakdown in the books. UFC 243, Robert Whittaker versus Israel Adesanya. We cannot wait. My man, if you have anything else left, I'm going to let you go off the line. I'm going to pay the bills. I'm going to thank all of our great sponsors. But my man, the floor is yours.
Hey, thanks for doing it with me as always. It's always a pleasure, and I guess thank you for convincing me a little bit in my pick. Your so wealth of knowledge has helped me in certain ways. So thank you for that. But also, make sure you guys are checking out the YouTube channel and subscribe, and just stay with Fight Bananas because we're going bananas, baby.
We are, man. We're not stopping. It's crazy. The next month is just bananas. You and I will be around this great nation of ours, interviewing some of the best fighters, people coming in the studio. We got a lot of great things coming in. This month will be bananas.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too, brother. Another fight breakdown in the books with my main man, the Professor, John Rafford. Follow him on Instagram, guys, at John_NOS. We've never really heard that story, but one day we'll get it out of him. All right, guys, here's that time. We want to thank the people that make this podcast free for you. We YouTube, Apple Podcasts, you're allowed to download and subscribe for absolutely free. And we got to thank our sponsors at Fusion CBD Products. Guys, if you want to boost athletic performance and recovery with Fusion Premium CBD products, I'm telling you, there's pills, there's oils, the stuff that I use. This is what I use. Fusion coffee beans. There's 3 styles. There's an adventure around midday. There's that high energy for first thing in the morning and then coast for the nighttime. Telling you guys, I'm guaranteeing this product, Fusion coffee beans. And our friends, our dear friends at End Still Nutrition. Check them out on endstillnutrition.com and on Instagram at The Real and Still. They have the great joint pain. That's what I take from them. I take that on the regular. Oh, also, Ocean Breeze Tiki Bar and Grill, 521 Flagler Avenue, New Smyrna Beach, Florida, 32169. Give them a call at 386-847-8887. Monday through Friday, 2 to 7, they have happy hour. And every Thursdays is Lady Days. Check out the day. Check out tomorrow. Ocean Breeze, Tiki Bar, and Grill. Man, Manscaped.com. Use that code DVA20. You guys can buy the Refine Cologne, the Refresher, the spray. It's a little spray, and when stuff gets a little hot down there, a little wet, that's me spraying it. All right? It's delicious. It's great, guys. The Lawnmower 2.0 trims everything up. No cuts. It's the best in the industry. Manscaped.com. Use that code DVA20. Oh, wow. I'm loving these guys at WarhammerFightwear.com. I'm wearing the shirts. It's that dry fit tee. It's under the football, FUTBOL. Check that out. The dry fit tees for $20. But, guys, it's not just for men's. They have stuff for all the ladies. Not even for the ladies. Buy it for the kids. Get it right now. Christmas is coming. It's around the corner. Make sure you get your stuff out. WarhammerFightwear.com. Also, you guys can check them out on Amazon. Go to Amazon and hit up Warhammer Fightwear. Last but certainly not least, our newest sponsor to the show, our Boto's Pizza Shop. The best pizza, wings, and everything else. See my main man, Alberto, at 4036 Nova Road in Port Orange, Florida. They deliver. So, guys, if you live in the area, make sure you call them at 386-238-9261. Make sure you subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube page. Hit that check. Follow us on Instagram at Fight Bananas Official. Follow the Twitter page. Stay blessed. We thank you guys so much. We love our Fight Bananas community. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great morning.